Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be going over what the Portland Trailblazers depth chart looks like after trading away Damian Lillard and acquiring Jrue Holiday and Deandre Ayton from the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns in a three-team trade where Deandre Ayton and Jrue Holiday got sent to Portland. Damian Lillard went to Milwaukee. Grayson Allen and Yusuf Nurkic and Nasir Little went over to Phoenix, and there was a couple other players involved in the deal, draft picks involved, pick swaps involved in the deal as well. And all right, there is some depth on this Blazers team, but I will say after 1 through 8 on this roster, after the starting 5 and the first 3 men off the bench, this is not a very tight group for the Portland Trailblazers. Let's go over what it looks like. Your starting point guard in this depth chart is not even staying. He's projected to. It's been reported that Jrue Holiday is getting traded elsewhere. But even though he hasn't, just because he hasn't been traded anywhere yet, I'm including him in this roster, in this lineup. At point guard, here's what the depth chart should look like for the Portland Trailblazers after the 3-team trade, adding in Jrue Holiday and Deandre Ayton, and trading away a lot of depth. Because yes, you traded a point guard in Damian Lillard and you traded a point guard away in Damian Lillard and got a point guard back in Jrue Holiday. You traded a center and Yusuf Nurkic away and got a center back in Deandre Ayton. But you also traded two guys like Nasir Little and Keon Johnson, who weren't great players for them, but those are two guys who were gonna maybe have good seasons off the bench. So that kind of leaves the door open for a lot of players off the bench for the Portland Trailblazers. So at point guard, Jrue Holiday. At shooting guard, Anthony Simons. At small forward, Shaedon Sharpe. At power forward, Jeremy Grant. At center, Deandre Ayton. Sixth man, he will be starting in the regular season because they will probably trade away Jrue Holiday, but Scoot Henderson, the number 2 overall pick in the 2000, the third overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft. Whenever I think about Scoot, I feel like he's the 2nd overall pick because he was the second best player. But then I remember Charlotte took Brandon Miller instead of Scoot Henderson. Then at the 7th man, you have Matisse Thybulle. They re-signed him. I think they outbid the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks were trying to sign him. I think Matisse Thybulle is going to be a great player for them. He's a great defender. He's a solid offensive player. He was great for them after they acquired him in a trade last year at the trade deadline in a 3 or 4 team trade with the Sixers and I think it was the Sixers, the Timberwolves, the Blazers, and then there might have been one other team in that deal. He should be a great player off the bench. And then first round pick, brother of Keegan Murray, who was a candidate for Rookie of the Year last year, Chris Murray. And yeah, I think he's going to be a great player as well. But after that, down the line from in the depth chart from 9 to 12 is not a lot of well-known players. At 9th man, you have 2nd round pick from this year's draft, Ryan Rupert, who's a shooting guard and a good 3-point shooter. At 10th, you have center who they signed, Moses Brown. At 11th, you have the player they just acquired in a trade, who was a 2nd round pick from the Suns, Taramani Kamara. And at 12th, you have the Blazers' 2nd round pick from 2022, Jabari Walker. So that is really it for the Portland Trailblazers when it comes to depth. They only have 12 men on their roster right now who are capable of, affecting this team, and one of them is expected to be traded. So, yeah, I would say, I'll tell everybody this right now, and I don't know how people will feel about it, but I think if Jrue Holiday stays in Portland, which I'm not saying it's impossible. I know they're saying he's going to get traded right now, but honestly, if he stays in Portland, the Trailblazers will probably be the Utah Jazz of the 2023-24 season. They have the potential to be like that. They have it's like a couple good vets that have potential to go off, like Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton, and Jrue Holiday, mixed in with younger players like Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot Henderson, and Anthony Simons. You have, good defensive players like the Jazz had to start out the year with, Matisse Thybulle and Jrue Holiday. There's good defense. There's good young players in this team. I'm not saying they'd be as good as the Jazz were, but this is like a Utah Jazz team of last year if they keep Jrue Holiday. But if they trade away Jrue Holiday, who knows what they're able to get. I don't know how good this Portland Trailblazers team would be. I think it'd just be interesting to see what they get for him. But honestly, call me crazy, but if I was Portland, I'd keep Jrue Holiday. I think he's a great asset to have on a roster. Good defender, good scorer, good passer. But I mean, good three-point shooter. I think it would be great for Portland to keep him, but I get it. They want their young guards to get better, and with a older veteran point guard, multiple time All-Star being there, it's kind of a little bit of he's kind of blocking them of success, to be honest, just a tiny bit. Guys like Shaedon Sharpe and the young guards like Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot Henderson, and Anthony Simons. So I would understand if Portland moved on from Jrue Holiday, but I think he'd be a very good asset for them to keep. But give some of your thoughts on the trade that sent Jrue Holiday and Deandre Ayton to the Portland Trailblazers and Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, I think they have a solid team. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, to be honest. I think they're going to be a young team that adjusts. This could be Chauncey Billups last year in Portland. I think his job is probably on the line. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe they give him another year after this. I mean, I think that's an interesting thing to watch out in Portland for this season. But, yeah, I mean, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoy them. Your thoughts, and peace out.